One apology doesn't erase years of disappointment. One wonderful weekend doesn't erase months of emotional neglect. And one promise to change doesn't necessarily mean lasting change has actually happened. Yes, these moments can feel wonderful, and they often do. They give us hope, but they're still just moments. If we begin making relationship decisions based on isolated moments instead of consistent patterns, we often keep ourselves stuck in these relationships. Have you ever wondered, how do I know if someone is really going to change or if they're capable of changing? If so, this video is for you. Today, we're talking about one of the most important concepts in healthy relationships. That patterns matter more than potential. A person can have all the supposed potential in the world, especially on paper. I mean, how many times have I heard on paper, yep, check in the box, yep. But it's important to discuss potential versus patterns. Now, early in a relationship, it's completely normal to see someone's potential. We all do it. The question isn't whether you see potential. The question is whether over time their behavior begins to match that potential. Because one of the easiest traps we can fall into is focusing on who someone could become. Because potential feels good. It feels hopeful. It feels loving. It feels long-term. Makes us feel so good, doesn't it? You might find yourself daydreaming about who this person could become, what your relationship could be, and all the what ifs. Now, there's nothing wrong with seeing potential in someone. In fact, that's often one of the beautiful parts of relationships. But I want to make an important distinction. Healthy relationships aren't built on potential alone. They're built on what someone repeatedly chooses to do, not what they repeatedly promise they will do. They are built on repeated behavior. And yes, you can believe that someone has the potential to change. But honestly, over time, that potential has to show up in their patterns. Like, are they taking responsibility? Are their actions becoming more consistent? Are their behaviors actually changing? Because if years tick on and they go by and you're still holding on to the same potential, while the patterns never change, you're no longer investing in reality. What are you investing in? Possibility. Now, anyone can promise. Anyone can have a really good week, right? Anyone can become attentive after an argument. Anyone can make grand gestures after hurting someone. So the question isn't, what do they do occasionally? The question really is, who are they consistently? Real change shows up consistently over time. And that is what you're looking for. Actions do speak louder than words. Think about this. Someone apologizes after hurting you. That's meaningful. But then they repeat the exact same behavior. What do? Apologize again. They maybe repeat it again. Eventually, the apology stops being the most important information, doesn't it? The behavior becomes the information. Or, what about this? Someone repeatedly forgets important conversations. They apologize. Next month, happens again. They apologize again. 6 months later, it happens again. At some point you have to ask yourself, is this a pattern? Is it becoming a pattern? It's a really important question. Or maybe another time, they tell you they're going to work on communication. And hey, yeah, man, for 2 weeks, they're wonderful. Then what happens? Everything returns to exactly how it was before. And let me tell you, what is that? That's information. One of the hardest lessons to learn is this. Patterns tell you what words often cannot. Now, what is the cost of waiting? When we stay focused on potential, something else happens, doesn't it? We begin postponing our own lives. We delay our happiness. We ignore our intuition. We explain away behaviors that continue to hurt us. And little by little, we become disconnected from what we've consistently experienced because we're holding on for dear life to isolated moments that support the future we hope will happen. Eventually, waiting its own pattern. So while you're waiting, you stop asking yourself what you need. You stop noticing how lonely you feel. What do? You begin organizing your life around someone else's potential. And before long, months become years. Now, hope isn't the enemy. I want to be very clear. I am not telling you to stop having hope. People can absolutely change. Relationships can absolutely heal. But healthy hope is based on evidence. Is this person taking responsibility? Are they making consistent effort? Do their actions match their words? Those are very different questions than simply asking whether someone has potential. I find that one of the reasons this is so difficult is because our brains naturally give more weight to occasional positive experiences than we realize. When someone is loving after a painful period, the relief can feel incredibly powerful. And sometimes we mistake relief for lasting change. Potential is a possibility. Patterns are the evidence. And healthy relationships are built on evidence. Here's some questions to reflect on. I encourage you to spend some time reflecting on these questions. If nothing changed over the next 2 years, would I still choose this relationship? Don't answer quickly. Really think about it. Because if absolutely nothing changed, would this relationship still be enough for me? And what evidence actually supports my hope? Am I investing in reality or possibility? Sometimes I get it. Those questions are uncomfortable. But they also reconnect you with yourself. That is critical. One of the healthiest shifts we can make is learning to trust what we consistently see instead of what we desperately hope will happen. You gotta listen to that gut instinct. You have to listen to that inner voice and what it's telling you. Like I said, potential is a possibility. Patterns are the evidence. And healthy relationships are built on evidence and through repeated actions, and not built through repeated promises. You definitely deserve a relationship where you don't have to imagine feeling valued, respected, and emotionally safe. You definitely deserve a relationship where those qualities are consistently present. And if you find yourself working harder to save the relationship than the other person is working to improve it, well, that's information too, isn't it? If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button to the channel. Every week I share practical therapist guided tools, videos to help you build better relationships and create a more intentional life.